Hi, I am Dr. Ashwati. I am an ENT surgeon especially dedicated to breath and sleep correction in kids and adults. Do you think surgery is only sufficient for a kid who is diagnosed with adenoid problem? Are we missing anything, or is there any problem which is associated with adenoids? What are adenoids? Adenoids are actually lymphoid follicles which are resting behind the nasopharynx, and tonsils are lying behind the throat. That everybody, like most of us, know what are basically adenoids and tonsils. If you just look at patients with recurrent ear infection associated with adenoids, what you see is the pain of ear infection also starts increasing during sleep. Most common symptom is nasal congestion, nasal block. That also child will be almost near normal during daytime, but if he goes to bed, his nasal congestion increases. Especially if the child has ear infections, which is more common with adenoids, that also you can realize that pain increases as the patient goes to sleep, and till morning it's keep increasing, and patient may even scream aloud with earaches. So main problem with all these issues is sleep is disturbed. So all the symptoms, which include snoring, restless sleep, tossing and turning over, and all the other bedwetting, teeth grinding, all the symptoms associated with are collectively called as sleep disordered breathing, because the child cannot breathe properly, either because of adenoids, one, next either because the airway is collapsing due to mouth breathing, second the airway is not properly developed so that the child airway is not patent during sleep. Then, when you get your adenoids removed with any surgeries, coblation or any other tools, cold steel, bipolar, cautery, microdebrider, this associated problems, that is muscular craniofacial muscular dysfunctions associated with mouth breathing and sleep disordered breathing, because the airway is weak at sleep and airway is not properly developing during childhood, these problems may not revert back just with surgery. So when will it start and what should you look for? The first sign you should look for is mouth breathing. When the child is slept, and later on it happens when the child is awake also. So mouth breathing during sleep and daytime is normal, and that is the first sign of STB, which may cause or lead to STB. So how would you recognize whether your child have this craniofacial muscle dysfunction, which is altering your facial bones, jaw growth and airway growth? So how would you recognize? I will give you an example. In this image you can see the child rest posture is open mouth. He has open mouth posture. You can see his lower lip, it is everted. It is everted out, it's so much bulky, and the upper lip is thinned, it is pointed up, and it is hypotonic. It doesn't have much tone or power to keep the lips closed. And in some cases you can see tongue thrusting. What is tongue thrusting is, you would have seen the tongue is pointing or protruding out in between the two anterior teeth. That's a very common finding, and actually that is a proper craniofacial muscle dysfunction, basically orofacial muscle dysfunction. And you can see there are a lot of kids who are messy eaters, that is they will keep the food inside, they don't know how to chew because their muscles here around the lips, tongue and cheek muscles are weak. All these are few of muscle dysfunction in which you can identify. There are many others also, like you have flattened cheekbones, you have protruding jaws, or your jaws will be set back, because all this affects finally in a kid the development of airways. Because if your bones are not grown in proper dimensions, the airway which is behind the bones will not develop, and that will develop only in childhood period. And mouth breathing can very badly hamper all this development in kids. If you remove your adenoids, or if you get your surgery of adenoids done, this muscle dysfunction which is hampering your face, airways, jaw growth, it will not go back. It will continue to persist. So the one point is, it can even cause recurrence of adenoids, because child is continue to mouth breathe even after surgery. The child will have some sort of like easiness or some sort of comfort just after the surgery, but all the problems with which the patient presented, like nasal obstruction, snoring and the sleep disturbances, can come back even after adenoid surgery. because the symptoms or the things which is associated is not still, it's not diagnosed and it's still persisting in the kid, because the root cause of adenoids, which is mouth breathing, which persisted from long back and which went unnoticed and which is undiagnosed, the child is same having that, and that has to be corrected. The muscle dysfunctions along with the mouth breathing has to be corrected. So surgery is not only the treatment or not enough for adenoids patients.